In this video, we're going to talk about a tool that will help you to create SVG, which are scalable vector graphics. So basically, you can create graphic design using vector graphics without downloading and installing anything, just accessing to a particular website in a particular area. And I'm going to show you this right now. So you can type public domain vectors on Google and search for this website here, .org. You can click on the first result, and there we go. Now we made another guide about using public domain vectors. Gonna find a lot of free stuff here that you can use completely free. So CC0 and copyleft, you can use it for whatever, also commercial. And here you can see that you can search for SVG, Adobe Illustrator, EPS. Now if you click here in the SVG Editor, this is the tool that I was talking about. So it's a really simple, basic graphic design tool or vector graphic editor. So first of all, click here and expand this so that you can use also the layers panel on the right, and then we can start to play around here. Now the magic key here on the keyboard is the shift key. So if you hold the shift key and scroll the scroll wheel, you can do the zoom. If you move the scroll wheel, you can move up and down. If you click on the scroll wheel, you can do the pan, so you can navigate and your scene like that. Now if you want to fix the zoom, you can also do it right here. So you can say fit to canvas or just go like 200% and wherever. In this case I'm gonna go like to fit, so we can have a nice big paper to work on. And we're gonna start to play around. These are the tools. You can see there aren't so many, but these are really basic tools, but they are enough to get you started and also to understand what's vector graphics if you don't know already. Well, there are a lot of software out there that generate vector graphics, like for example AutoCAD for architecture is going to create vector graphics. Also Rhinoceros, which is also going to be 3D, SketchUp, but also more advanced software like Revit, and also other open source software like Blender or GIMP. And you will find a lot of software and video courses on this software in the channel, so you can check video guides and courses and so on. So just search for them or click in the comments, write your comments, ask for assistance or just your questions. Okay, now let's get here in the SVG editor, start to play around. Now the first tool here is the selection tool, but we don't have anything created, so we cannot select anything. I'm gonna start with the pencil tool. Now pencil tool is kind of a hand drawing tool, so you can create anything and just press backspace if you want to go back. Now I'm gonna just draw here a happy face. There you go. So it's pretty easy, and then you can also later adjust with these transfer boxes. So you can click there and drag and adjust it, and this one here is to rotate. So vector graphics can be scaled a lot, so really you can manipulate them anytime and as many times as you want. They will never lose quality. This is the best thing about the SVG or vector graphics in general. They are different from simple images which are made of pixels. These are made of vectors and vertices. So if I double click, actually I can see how many vertices are there. This is pretty complicated. So if you click once, you select. If you click twice, you go inside the shape. Now let's create another layer. You go here and click on this little button, create another layer. You can also give it a name. You can also rearrange layers. You can create, you can rename layers, and you can also have more options here to duplicate, delete. So you have a few tools here. Not so many, but they are going to be, again, basic tools that will help you to get started. Now the second one is the line tool. Now the line tool, it's to create straight lines. So if you click once and drag, you will create these straight lines. Now these are also called strokes when you work in Illustrator or other vector graphics software. If you want to create straight lines, you hold Shift key, and again, Shift key is gonna help you to move them in precise lines into certain degrees, so you can be really more precise when you create these lines. Ctrl Z to go back, Ctrl Epsilon to go forward are other shortcut keys. Then you have here some shapes that you can create. So it's a rectangle that you can draw, and then you have the square, and then you have the rectangle. And if you hold shift again, it's gonna make you a square. Now again, if you double click on these shapes, well, these are not, you cannot access those, but you can just move them around and rotate them. But if I create a segment here with the, well, I'm gonna show you the next. This is a standard circle. So I'm just gonna show you that later. Just want to go here to the path tool. Now the path tool is going to create a more complex path. Now if you click and drag, it's going to create curves. If you click once, it's going to create straight lines. And you can see there definitely the vectors. You can also close the shape if you want. So you can see those are all vertices and vectors. So if you double click again, you can get into a particular vertices and you can move it and adjust it. So this is a pretty customizable shape thanks to the handles here and the points on the curve. So this is what is called Bezier curves in again other software, when you can adjust handles, things like that. Okay, so one click you select the shape, double click you select inside the shape all the sub elements like points, handles, vertices, and so on. Then you have simple text. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Just gonna type here SVG Editor. Now we have some formatting tools up here, just they are a little bit hard to get. They're a little bit hidden. Don't know really why, but I believe you can adjust this a little bit more. So you can scale it, change the font right there somewhere, and also rotate it, but you can do that also from here. There you go. Let's place it right here and rearrange also these two. So remember that you can also create more layers, so you can turn them on and off and arrange, manage different elements in different parts. And then you can insert an image. So you need a URL to insert the image, and well, that's it. These are the tools. Now down here you have some extra options. So let me create an ellipse or a circle. So again, if you hold shift, this is gonna become a circle. And what we created so far, these are just simple strokes. So we only create the outline of the element. But if we go down here, we can change, we can fill the object with a solid color like that. So this is gonna be now filled, and this is the stroke here. We can change the dimension of the stroke. So let's create again our new circle, and this time it's gonna have those characteristics. I can also Control C and Control V, so copy and paste and duplicate objects. There you go. And I can change also the color from here again. And I can also switch from fill to linear colors, and I can change here the gradient, and also if I want to do reflect or repeat. There you go. Let's see how this looks. I don't know. You judge, and you can also always adjust it. You can also add more of these kind of colors inside. Okay, so you also have radiant. So this is gonna become kind of an eye. Again, you can always change your mind and go back and forward, since vector graphics are non-destructive. Okay, now if I like that, I can also delete this with the cancel, Alt delete, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna create a copy again. And this is the stroke, so you can always increase it or decrease it, or also place it to 0 and only have the fill without the stroke. And then you also have the opacity here. So let's click here and make it like 50%. I can also add the opacity or transparency also here. So I'm gonna decrease this, and also this one here, same thing, I'm gonna decrease it. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new layer and place it down. So I'm gonna click on the arrow and place it down. So these are the glasses here. I can create the eyes below. So let's choose another color, solid color. Okay, and these are gonna be the eyes, which are gonna be underneath. Okay, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and there we go. And then maybe we can finish with this, with a line like this for the glasses. Now, when you're ready, you can export your creation by going here, and well, you can just save the image if you want in SVG. So I'm gonna call this face SVG Editor and save it. And there you go. That's my SVG downloaded into the folder. Or I can also create a new image, open an existing SVG, import, export, and so on. So you can check everything right there. So this is gonna be it for this quick video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to give us a little support, you can join as a supporter. Write your questions, write your suggestions, and check out other video guides and video courses on graphic design that you will find in the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.